Okay, everyone, and welcome back. I'm joined today by Ryonix, otherwise known as just an Aussie Yuri.
G'day everyone, my name is Ryonix.
So, let's go.
Gee, thanks. I'm not going to help you out with your math homework, because what if your math textbook is a bomb? He looks devastated, and also like he's considering the possibility that it really could be a bomb. I guess it is possible, since no one really uses their math. I throw the letter on the dresser behind me and turn to leave, swinging the door shut behind me as I do. It collides against the tip of Kenji's shoe and bounces back open, while he hops around for a bit, acting like it hurt way more than it should have. Before I know it, he's already inside my room. I'm powerless to stop him before he scoops up the letter, strangely ignoring the towers of pill bottles surrounding it. Don't just read mail that isn't your own.
Look, come on, what is it? A love letter from your girlfriend? Did she include any photos? Sexy photos.
Reclining against the dresser and paying no mind to the bottles he sends all over the floor by doing so, Kenji quietly reads through Iwanako's letter. The process takes seemingly forever, and with how close he holds it up to his face makes it look like he's trying to eat it.
Who's Iwanako?
My ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend, huh? This is the breakup letter then? I thought they were a myth.
No. I guess it is, but really she's been my ex-girlfriend for a while. Anyway, I think I'm already over it. Kenji gives a thumbs up, clearly relieved that I'm not going to take this into an awkward direction, although I almost want to since I told him not to read it.
Yeah, that's a good attitude. It's alright. I had a bad breakup too, but you can't let it get you down. I mean, just look at me.
Oh, he clearly took it well.
Oh yeah, no, totally. But she wrote you a letter. Maybe she wants to get back together, huh? It says right here, write her back. You should do it. Is she cute?
For a guy who thinks feminists are working to enslave men everywhere, he really is interested in cute girls. I have a girlfriend.
Oh, he'll handle that well.
Besides, look at the context. She doesn't want me to write back. Just because that's what it says, that isn't what she means.
But that's what she wrote. This rockfish kid chick totally still wants you. It even says right here.
I read it. I know what it says. I told you, you have to look at the context. She said I drifted away from her, and everything there shows she accepted that. I think the reason she wrote to me is that she just wants to, I guess, part amicably. But we're done. She doesn't want to get back together or whatever you're thinking. As I think about it more, it sounds to me like I'm just trying to make excuses for myself. That's not a good place to be. I'm positive that she doesn't want me to write her back. I can live with that. If I were to write her back and get a less than desirable response, or no response, then I would just be crushed. Perhaps the fear of that is why I'm trying to justify my decision. It could be, but I don't want to think about it. The thought is oddly repulsive. Why is this such a big deal to you anyway?
Because you should write back to her. She wants you to. I want to see what the response is going to be. Damn, it doesn't even have to be a nice letter. That's cool too, but you could write an angry letter and call her out. That's my new attack strategy. I'm just going to call women out. You should try it.
Even if she wrote me a letter, you have to understand what that means. Writing someone a letter is different now. It's not something you just do, not in this kind of situation. You can pick up your phone and call someone across the world in an instant and talk to them almost like they were there with you, or send them an email. They'll be notified instantly that they got it and can reply back, just like that. A letter can be a personal thing, but she wanted to keep me at an arm's distance. It's not like I can pop over there and visit her. If I had her number, I could call her, or if I had her mail, I could mail her. If she really wanted to hear back from me, she would have dropped one of those in there. I feel silly for continuously reassuring myself that I'm not fazed by Iwanako writing to me when it's so obvious that I am.
It could be like a gradual thing for her. She might be too shy to call you up. I remember my girlfriend would always send me text messages because she was so shy. It was annoying as hell, man. I didn't really give a shit about phones, so I didn't have the thing, and it turns out I had to pay for every single one. But I don't like phones, so I couldn't even call her back to tell her to cut that out. I did it anyway, though. I called her out. Ava used her phone. It was literally the call out.
I guess it was. Even if he's right, it doesn't mean that Iwanako still wants to keep her distance from me. She's not ready to chat with me comfortably. Why? Am I some kind of freak? I'm not reassured by her actions anyway in that case. Maybe I am overthinking it, but I just don't know.
There's a reason for that, Freddy.
Calm down. He means that in a positive way.
I know.
And if he doesn't, I'll kill him.
Okay.
Kenji can't think of anything to say to that, and the silence that follows is so awkward and thick that I start to count the seconds until he makes up a reason to leave and excuses himself.
I miss her.
Your ex?
Freddy. I'm so threatened.
Oh,
Yeah.
you will be.
Yeah, even if she wasn't sane, it was nice being with her. My back hurts. If she were still around, I could tell her to massage it. I don't know how to use an oven either. I miss baked food. And we would go bowling in the hallway sometimes. I miss that too. I had to bowl all by myself during the last festival.
You bowl in the hallway? You're going to hit someone.
She used to say that all the time.
Kenji sighs nostalgically, clearly not appreciating just how badly someone can get hurt by slipping on a bowling pin. Apparently, neither did his girlfriend, since she bowled with him. What a strange definition of love, but I guess it's something. Illy, do you want to bowl in the hallway with me and injure people's kneecaps?
I would love to.
Maybe you should write her a letter. If she writes back, you can get married.
Married? No. No.
Okay, fine. But why not? You clearly like her, even though you hate women.
Feminists, not women. Feminists, there's a difference. There are non-feminist women. Damn, your discrimination is incredible. Correlation doesn't equal causation. Even if she is insane and a woman, it doesn't mean she's a feminist insane woman. It's like how the absence of evidence isn't the evidence of absence. If it's true, then by the relative property, the presence of evidence doesn't equal the evidence of presence.
Actually, I think it is, and I don't think it's called a relative property.
Now shut up, mathematics! Are you saying math is wrong?
Yes, math is very wrong. I think he is wrong. So even Kenji is someone that he likes. I'm tempted to ask why he and his ex broke up, or to dig for more information in general, but I shouldn't. Not only would it be prying, but he might reverse the question back to me. This conversation makes me think about Shizune, although the thoughts I'm having are scattered and wispy, just questions. I wonder if I even had the chance to love Iwanako, and this whole situation with her still stings me, a sour note in the back of my mind. I like Shizune much more, yet it feels like I'm chasing her, even now. I don't mind the chase, but I want to close that distance between us. Iwanako's letter is responsible, but I've also felt this way for a while. I've come closer, but it's not enough. I want to try again. Right now. I tell Kenji to get out so I can change, and then head for the student council room.
Yonder MC, is that you?
Etchy boy? The grounds are mostly deserted today, which is a shame because it's so nice out. No one answers when I knock. I try to go in anyway, but it's locked. When I pull my hand away from the doorknob, it's covered in dust. It looks like no one's been here since we left. Since I'm already out here and dressed, I might as well get something to eat in town. My wallet is back in my room, though.
Why the fuck did you... Okay.
How did you get that view? On the way back there, I stumble across Misha sitting down behind the main building. Her eyes are closed in sleep, and she looks very tranquil. It's always been hard to picture her not constantly bouncing around or hopping on the tips of her toes impatiently. My first instinct is to call out to her and ask if she has seen Shizune, or if she wants to go into town with me. Now that I've seen her, I don't feel like disturbing her. I leave her alone. For the first few days after I was back, I almost forgot that I was in the student council. I managed to pick up here and there that the student council usually gets swamped with work around the end of the break, but it didn't have to be the case. The few times when I managed to catch Shizune or Misha, they were in too much of a hurry for me to get a chance to ask if they needed help. Anytime they weren't, I'd only be able to get a hold of Misha. Shizune would say something about how there was work, but it was so little that involving either Misha or I would only bore us. After a while, the idea of having some free time again had started to grow on me, though there were still periods when I felt like I had too much of it. Just when I was getting used to it, though, things changed again. Now I find myself back in the student council room, arguing with Shizune about whether 2-shoe boxes make good ballot boxes or not. I'm telling you, they work just fine, as long as we get the cube-shaped ones, not the rectangular ones.
What?
Misha, can you sign that to her? I've kind of got my hands full. On second thought, forget it. She is busy cutting out ballot slips, so if she were to make one errant movement, she would probably send those scissors flying into someone's head.
Oh my goodness.
I drop the box of poster paints I'm carrying onto my little table in the student council room, and cough as a wave of dust hits me in the face.
Nice.
It really has been a while.
Do you think we should change the size of the ballot slips? What? But Shi-chan, I already cut so many of them. We can make them smaller. It will be more efficient. We just have to shrink the font. More ballots will fit in a single box that way. We'll only need half the amount of paper then. The format for voting can be changed. It could be more like a real election. Then we might be able to get away with buying less boxes. With the money left over, we can get a pizza, or maybe Chinese, or a cake, or 3 bowls of the new ramen bowl I want to try.
Shizune excitedly rubs a finger along the frame of her glasses as she ponders more ways to cut even a half yen of spending off our budget. Since I think she's the only one who even knows what our budget is, I'm scared to ask just how tiny it is for her to have to do this. What about all the ballot slips Misha already cut out?
Don't worry. I can make them into memo pads and sell them in the school store. Shi-chan, they don't look very cute, though.
Shizune seems to disagree. Now they're arguing, but it looks like it consists of nothing more than signing, yes they do, and no they don't at each other until they're so tired of it they're just taking turns pointing at each other commandingly. It's strange, partly because it looks kind of ridiculous, but also because I've never seen them disagree. Then again, both of them have looked very stressed these past few days. Shizune has been increasingly absorbed in the idea of student council elections, though they're months away. I imagine this is how politicians act when they realize a regime change is imminent and their era is over. I'm having trouble taking student council matters seriously at all, even now as I practice my calligraphy on signs that won't go up for weeks. But I can understand why Shizune does. After all, she has been the student council president for 3 years. According to her dad, she has wanted the job for even longer. I guess 3 years is too short a career for her to leave feeling satisfied.
Don't let student council go through this much trouble to make it a smooth transition for you.
Shizune makes a chagrined face that tells me they weren't very helpful at all. I guess you're doing all this to set a good example then.
That only comes into play if they learn anything from it, Ichan. If they don't, I'll be hyper mad. If they turn out to be the flaky type, I'll definitely be hard on them.
Okay, I have not been focusing on this conversation at all. What the hell is happening? I've been very distracted. It doesn't sound very threatening when Misha is saying it. So you've already met them?
And there are no candidates yet. Not even for student council president. That's why I'm trying to drum up interest in the position. What do you think?
She proudly holds up a poster she's been working on herself. It looks very, military. You might be taking this a little too seriously then. Shizune frowns and plays with her glasses, offended.
Is that weird?
Yes. She looks oddly happy that I'm disagreeing with her, and I think that if she weren't genuinely focused on what she was doing, she would try to argue with me just because it would be interesting for her.
What's weird about it?
It looks like she will do that after all, but then Shizune waves her hand dismissively, like she is trying to catch the words in the air and delete them. Instead, she catapults into insulting her future successors.
Oh dear.
Well, one thing that's weird is that in my old school the elections would happen in about 6 months, since, you know, we're graduating in March. It's pretty weird to think about them so early.
It's a little different here. He-chan, I'll be discouraged if we don't have any replacements when I have to go, Shi-chan says. But it isn't like the school will stop running without student council. It'll be harder for them to hand out forms, though.
God, that laugh stops being Misha and starts being you more and more every day.
I need to. Okay. I need to do a cleansing Monica laugh.
We need to exorcise Misha out of your body.
Oh, well, if you want somebody deleted, I can do that.
Shizune isn't laughing, however. Misha's joke causes her to flinch, as if she were stung. Though Misha didn't mean for it to come out that way. Her quip had a callous cruelty to it in the end.
I'm trying to get more people to run, but everyone is so lazy. They think that they could take it easy just because there are no deadlines yet. Slackers not taking the early game advantage. Still, 6 months away. If they aren't making their move now, they don't deserve a vote. Do they really think it's such an easy job that they can do everything at the last minute and just coast into the role? Insulting, really. They're going to be eaten alive once they have to sit at this tiny desk and see just how much work they have to do. If this were a real election, they would be in deep trouble. I was reading about Japanese campaigning laws the other day. Only the bad ones for some reason.
For some reason. For a second, Shizune was talking like her father. Creepy. Well, first off, Shadow Shogun, you can't really make that call. They'll be elected. Second, it's just a school election. It's not like running for city council or a diet. I don't think Japanese campaigning laws apply.
Oh my.
Third, although I don't want to say it, I'm nervous that Shizune is so enthusiastic about this, talking of election and votes. According to her dad, she wasn't even elected herself. Come to think of it, I can't remember Shizune ever saying she was elected either. Then, did she get this position by being recruited into the student council and having it fall apart until she was the only one left? Somehow, I'd never considered it. I don't know what to think about that, but it wouldn't surprise me. We're only 3 people strong now.
That happens to me all the time, Freddy.
It does not. Nobody is scared of you. Oh no, wait, sorry, you are the darkness, you are vengeance.
I am Mr. Edgelord.
That's Edge Overlord to you, miss. If the circumstances behind her becoming the student council president were that sad, I wonder if there will be a vote at all. Interest could just be that low or non-existent, really. Then all her energy would be going towards nothing. I slap an exclamation mark on the end of the poster I'm working on. It's a little plain, so I think adding 1 is okay. Actually, it still might be a little too plain. I make the mark twice as large. I still say you need to slow down. If this stuff isn't going to be relevant for months, maybe you're working a little too hard on it. That's what I think. You're worrying too much. I don't know how to sign the word relevant. I try and only end up flicking a long line of paint where I didn't intend to. There is no way I can fix that.
Aww.
Misha, can you ask her that? Shizune giggles silently, clenching her teeth so that no sound actually comes out.
Because there is a lot to worry about.
Like what?
Like, usually the boxes end up looking very pretty, so people take them. Have to plan for that. We should make them funny looking this time then, so no one will take them. How about that, She-chan?
We can draw some weird faces on them, or we can put a little picture of Shizune on each one saying stealing is wrong.
No, it's not funny. It's not the only problem either. There's a voter turnout, of course. And then the worst case scenario would be not having any candidates.
Although she meant it jokingly, from the way she smiles as she signs it, that isn't how it comes out. Even Misha understands that the possibility is very real, and though she tries to salvage the mood by punctuating Shizune's statement with a laugh, it doesn't work.
What is wrong with both of you? I was just making a joke. There actually is some interest this year. If there wasn't, would I be doing all this work? I'm not stupid. When the elections are over, I'll buy everyone dinner. I'm already planning it.
Even the new student council?
No, They can buy their own celebration dinner. It will only be for the current student council. I'll be happy once I'm through having to do these thankless jobs all the time. A dinner just for us? Yay! It's like a little party, Shi-chan.
Though her cheerfulness is obviously forced, I say nothing. For the rest of the period, which fortunately isn't very long, we work in silence. After classes, I find the student council room locked. It's strange because Shizune was so busy earlier that I would expect her to continue working after school. It would be what she would normally do. Maybe she listened to my suggestion and decided to take a break. I'm hoping it's that simple. Feeling a little uneasy, I take a brief stroll around the school. It's only half-conscious. I can't remember when I started moving my feet, but I've already covered enough of the campus that I'm starting to feel tired. Not that that means anything now. I don't like fights. I prefer to make friends even if I don't have any. Aww.
Big hugs
can be
for
your
Freddy.
friend.
Yeah, totally.
Big hugs for Freddy. Everyone make friends with Freddy. If you don't, you're dead for life. That's how death works.
That is how death works, especially when you're dealing with two yanderes that are very protective of people.
Yeah. Very protective of very specific people. Just a short stroll around the school grounds and I'm already winded. Really pathetic. Sounds like Gigolo there. Before I know it, I'm back in front of the student council office. There's someone else too this time.
Hi, Chan!
It's locked.
Well, hello to you too!
The master of conversation.
I know, right?
Seeing a can of lemonade in her hand, I reflexively start looking for a vending machine nearby. I am so thirsty.
No, it actually wasn't this time. We were actually talking about ourselves.
No, it's the song we share reference. Don't call the police.
I know that He-chan. She-chan's somewhere else, I guess.
Well, fuck you too, He-chan. Weird.
We aren't stuck together, He-chan. Yes, both of us. What?
Misha takes a long drink from her lemonade, eventually just tipping it over and pouring the rest into her mouth. I feel like I am being mocked.
Do you want one, He-chan?
No, it's okay. I can't take someone else's drink. It's rude. Besides, you're making fun of me, aren't you? I just saw you inhale all of that.
I have another one in my bag. I was prepared, see? See? I'm just like Shi-chan.
Fia, sweet and innocent.
Bullshit.
No. Fucking no.
Yes, there. See, he's getting it. Freddy's smart. Oh, my bad.
It's not actually Freddy from the game. Yeah. I made the mistake too.
Yeah. I mean, well, my mistake.
To be fair, I made it like 50 times before you made it once, so we're both in this boat sinking together.
I mean, yeah.
She's a little too prepared. It's good some of that is rubbing off on you anyway. After, what, 2 years? The way she stares at me as I drink it is a little disconcerting, but I'm too grateful to care much about it. You and Shizune always end up treating me to something. It's starting to embarrass me.
Really? Hey, Jan. Buy me lunch sometime then, okay? Then we'll be even.
Well, it's funny you should say that. I was going to ask you if you wanted to eat in town.
Yeah? I'm really hungry today, He-chan. Thanks.
Yesterday. I was going to ask her yesterday. Misha cuts me off before I can finish the sentence, and I can't find an opening to correct her as she dashes enthusiastically around me, laughing, her arms flapping excitedly at her sides. I already have my wallet with me, so I start walking towards town with Misha trailing behind me, playing idly with her hands and loudly wondering to herself where we should go eat. At least, I think so. She could be asking me. Do you have anywhere specific where you want to go?
I want to go to the tea house. They have a really big parfait there.
I saw you eat a parfait there last time. It looked really big.
No. This one's really, really big. It's also really expensive. Okay.
Misha's one of those people.
Uh-huh.
Really? Really expensive?
A little.
Jeez, well, you and Shizune paid for my food a bunch of times, so it's fine.
Hey, Chan, I don't think I ever did that. Are you sure it wasn't just Chan?
Are you really arguing against a free meal?
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it. We go to the Shanghai and are seated by a waitress who is surprisingly not Yuko.
Uh-oh.
Misha is very eager to eat that parfait because she shouts her order as soon as she walks through the door. When it arrives, I can see that it is both very big and very expensive looking.
That's Misha's laugh, Freddy. It just is what it is. It was a creative decision, and then the further I've gotten into the series, it's taken on a life of its own, and I think it's trying to kill me.
Honestly, I don't think you could go back to doing standard Misha laughs, just casual laughs. I don't think it would work.
Nope. And Nick's got a point. Although, let's not forget, I'm capable of other laughs too. Aren't you gonna order anything?
Monica.
Aren't you gonna order anything, He-chan? If you're hungry, we can share.
Nah, I don't like parfaits. I don't like prawn.
You can pick it out.
You can't just pick out prawn. Don't be silly. Even if I could, Misha is mashing our food together to the point where it is no longer possible. It also looks kind of gross.
Oh, Jesus.
I wonder if that many flavors can even blend together well. Can she really taste anything in that goop? She's acting like it's delicious anyway.
Parfaits are the best. I'm sensitive tea, so ice cream's a no-no. Cake is too soft, though, and if there is too much icing, I get bored. Parfait is interesting.
If any of you did not believe that Misha was one of the inspirations for Natsuki, her ordering a parfait as the Parfait Girl reference.
Mm-hmm.
That should be enough.
Right. How many cafes have parfaits here? I think 10. I've tried them all. I like this one the best. It has a little flan.
You sound like you're some kind of dessert expert.
Not just dessert. I want to eat all kinds of delicious things. Someday I'll have enough money to buy a 2-kilogram Matsusaka beefsteak.
That's like over 100,000 yen. I guess this kind of decadent food is kind of your hobby then, huh? Hobby isn't something that should take months to learn about someone. I've been very rude in retrospect. Also, that is one pricey hobby.
Right. I guess so. Decadent?
Yeah. Misha giggles, raising her hand to her face. Looks like some ice cream accidentally got on her nose. She doesn't notice it. I can't stop noticing it. I wish she would wipe it off. I'm about to tell her about it, but she suddenly says,
I don't know what that means.
Oh, I guess that's a bad word. Anyway, it has implications. Epicurean is better. It means someone who enjoys eating nice food. That's the adjective, though, so epicure is the word for it.
Better? your Australian accent popped out for a second.
Oh, sorry.
He-chan, you're too wordy.
Sorry.
No. God, no. What have I done? I think that's what She-chan likes about you.
Because I'm wordy, I need to buy some thesauruses then. You brought this on yourself.
No, not like that, He-chan.
I decided to order some coffee after all, but it takes a while to get the waitress to notice, and I think actually getting my coffee will take about as long. The tea shop is filling up. No surprise, as we've already been here for almost an hour while she was chipping at the dessert. I ordered my coffee to go, but Misha orders one as well, so it seems that we're going to be here longer than I thought. I really wish it was that easy. It's hard to talk here lately.
She-chan's been busy because of the elections.
I know we can't have fun all the time. It's just that there's a lot of ways I want to say that. I think I always screw up when the time comes out, and I don't even have the time now because of the elections. They're not for a while, though.
Ichan, do you think that She-chan's avoiding you?
Misha sounds angry. That's to be expected, but I don't feel that way at all. No.
Is that so?
The dreamy way in which she says it makes me think that Misha is disappointed with my answer. In that case, it could be how she feels. I'm uneasy asking such a question, but I trust Misha would answer it honestly. Otherwise, I wouldn't even dream of it. Do you?
No, of course not, Ichan, but it's frustrating sometimes. She-chan has so much energy and is always trying to make people feel as excited about things as she is. But it's like She-chan doesn't know how to handle things when everyone gets really hyped up, or I think she wants to make sure nothing goes wrong. When I want to help out, She-chan always pushes me away. It's frustrating. I'm just overthinking it probably, right?
No, I was not mumbling, Freddie. That's my natural Australian accent. This voice is not my natural voice. Misha takes a big gulp from her cup of coffee, then sticks her tongue out.
Oh, hot. I thought it would have cooled down by now.
Has it really been that long? Well, clearly not. It's still hot. I check my watch. It hasn't been very long at all, but looking outside, the sun is already starting to set. Not really. Huh. It got dark out pretty quickly today, though, so I can understand why you might think that. At my words, Misha looks outside and yawns almost immediately. She looks sleepy. It's funny, because... Are you sleepy? You were wide awake, like, just 2 seconds ago.
She is adorable. I feel tired when it gets dark, He-chan.
Just like that? You a bird? I pick up my own coffee and have a sip. It's not very hot at all, but very tasty. I down it as quickly as possible, because now I want to get back to my dorm room as well. Misha tries to emulate me, but it's still too hot for her. While I wait for her to finish, I start to wonder what she meant back then about Shizune liking something about me. Suddenly, I'm very curious, but dragging that back up now feels like an unnecessary action.
Jesus.
I try to weigh the option again, but I'm interrupted by Misha slamming her empty cardboard cup down on the table with a loud pop.
Done!
She lets out a short laugh, seemingly very pleased with herself. Kind of like a toddler. I wonder if she had that drill-shaped haircut when she was little, too. Or is it something more like her current look? It would make more sense. I guess we should head back then. I can't see the waitress. Try not to fall asleep while I pay for the sundae, okay?
Not a sundae. It's a parfait, He-chan.
You have ice cream on your nose.
Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and ring those bells. That's all I have for today. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye, everyone.